I love your hair. It's beautiful. She's so pretty. Are you guys lost? I can help. You fucking look at her hair. Oh, she keeps looking at like. She was walking over there, and so I saw her look at me behind this thing, and then I kept my eye contact, you know, to like if she was gonna keep looking, and as soon as it comes over, like she's still looking at me, and I give her a little wave. She gives a little. They're probably foreigners, or they're looking for somewhere, but yeah, you know, when you're opening girls, you can just. It doesn't have to be the typical walk up, hey, excuse me, you're really pretty. I mean, you can do that. That's good if, you know, someone's walking past on the street and you're like, okay, I need to go approach. Then you got to have it. But if you can have natural opens like that, that's super attractive. But this video, it would be good to transition into an opening video, but I want to talk about closing. So that's how you open randomly, a girl on the street. But I want to talk about actually bringing her from the date or meeting her on the street and then closing and taking her home. Now, they're crossing the street over here and they're so cute. How to actually take the date and then finish it. And I had this requested to me by, I really want to go talk to her. So I was a little bit nervous to like, I knew they liked me, but it's kind of like you're going for the third time, you know? Like you were waving to them and then you were like, hey, come talk to me. But I knew it was because they were nervous, right? I knew that they just, girls aren't the aggressors, right? I guess we'll just talk about opening during day game, fuck, like, screw it. It's a vlog style, so we can change gears. So I was going to talk about how to close. I'll do that in the next video. But we can talk about opening during the day. Let's talk about spontaneous openings during the day. So like that was an example. Just to review how it went down. I saw her, I thought she was attractive. First thing's established. Okay, because I only focus on going after girls that I'm very attracted to or who give me signs of interest. And we had both going on there. So I saw her, big, beautiful hair. I love it. Looks like she's stepping out of an 80s music video. And then I also found her attractive facially. I have a good sense for who I'm attracted to. Like, I know that sounds strange, but when you start out, when you get really good with women, here, let me go the opposite way. You're going to have a much more refined eye. You're going to know exactly who you're into and who you're not. Because when you're new to this, as a man, and you're always going to have this a little bit, as a guy, you're going to be very attracted to whoever you see. You're going to just think, if she's like not grotesque and not totally not your type, you're going to be attracted and your dick's going to say, go talk to her. And that's a good thing to do, because I've talked to tens of thousands, over 10,000 women. Let's just say it's a safe number. And a lot of those were just going to random girls who I found attractive. But then once we actually started talking, as soon as you talk to them, you're like, oh, I'm not really that attracted to you. You would say like, oh, you're pretty, but you're not super attractive. Like to me, not an insult to the girl herself, but like maybe you're not attractive to me. And what's going to happen is you're not going to be as charming and as into the seduction as you would be if you really liked her. Because you're not going to have the passion to want to do it, the lust behind doing it. And so don't become mechanical about this. You need to go after girls who you're really, really attracted to. This makes things go 1,000 times smoother. Also, here's a quick little tip. If you're approaching girls during the day and you're getting rejected off the bat, I want you to pay attention to what happened. So you meet her, but then you notice you're not that attracted to her, and then you open her, or you start the conversation with her, and you're like, hey, what's up? You're really pretty. And then you look and you're like, oh, no, you're not. You're going to have micro facial expressions that she's going to recognize as you not being attracted to her. It's not maybe going to consciously happen. She's just going to be like, someone's talking to me, or they're giving me a weird look. You ever had someone like give you like a weird look like that, and your first reaction is to do the same, like that? It's, some people call it mirror neurons, it's empathy, whatever term you want to use, it's happening. It's a phenomenon. So you recognize that you're not attracted to her, and that's going to make you have a facial expression that she's going to know, and she's going to reflect it, and then she's going to reject you. But if you're not paying attention to that quick exchange of emotional information, you're going to interpret it as her rejecting you just flatly. But if I look back at the times when girls are just like, no, a lot of times it's when I start a conversation with them and I thought I was attracted to them. So imagine you're really pretty, but then your face is saying the opposite. She's going to feel like something weird is going on, like you're lying, you're just trying to, whatever conclusion she's going to come to, she's going to be reflecting that negative emotion, and you're going to feel rejected, but really it was you rejecting her first with your face. So going back to my original point, you want to go after girls you're really, really attracted to, because it's going to make your passion in your words and like, hey, you're pretty, or what's up, how are you, that light in your eyes when you're attracted to a girl, that's going to come out naturally, and you're going to have a much smoother seduction. Now, I'm not saying that just because you go after a girl you're attracted to, all of a sudden you're going to get her. That's not what I'm saying. But it is going to make this seduction easier, because you want to be seducing her. It's not just a chore, right? This is seduction. This is having fun. This is making her wet. This is making her laugh, her curious. You're spiking emotion, so you yourself need to be emotional to an extent. So I was attracted to her, and she gave me a sign of interest. Or an approach invitation. So a sign of that, I can make a fucking list, and I will at some point, of signs of attraction that women give off during the day. And it's the same at night. They're in some ways more subtle, and in some ways they're actually more obvious. People think that somehow, because it's the day, like, girls are vampire. God damn. Oh my lord, that is an ass. Okay. Was she pretty? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, she was.
She was
like in 30s.
So I barely saw her face, but her ass was great. And what was I saying? Oh, approach invitation. So there's tons of lists of signs that she's going to give off. Like, she looks at you for more than a second and a half. If a girl doesn't want to talk to you, she's not going to make eye contact, because she knows from experience that if you give guy extended eye contact, his animal brain is going to be like, she wants to fuck, and he's going to go approach, or she's going to draw that attention. So women are very careful with who they give eye contact to. So if a girl looks at you for more than a second and a half, and there's not an extenuating circumstance that makes her want to look at you, like you got blood all over your face, or you're wearing a fancy outfit or something, or an eye tattoo, anything that really catches her attention, if you don't have a reason why she would be paying attention to you, the natural conclusion is that she's attracted to you. Also, another one is when girls look at you more than once. So if she looks at you once for a second and then is gone, but then she looks again, she's super interested, very, very interested. Because you'll notice the amount of girls that don't give you eye contact when they walk past you, and then the ones that they do, it's actually a rare occurrence. So it must signify something via its statistical improbability, if that makes any sense. So, approach invitations, again, there's a whole host of ones that I can give, but the one that was very obvious here was me walking, and I see her hair, and she looks at me and smiles, and then I think we looked away, and then we could go back and look at the footage, and we looked at each other again, and then we passed over the little building thing that was right there, and I noticed she was still looking at me, and I was still, and it was a game, like, we were looking at each other, passed by, I'm like, okay, she's still gonna be looking at me? Yes. The line of sight came back, and we're looking, I'm like, oh, 100%. So then I yelled, your hair's so pretty, right? So that was a raw open, spontaneous open. I like to call it raw open. A raw open is when you are, well, look at the word raw. First of all, I like it's kind of masculine, like raw, you fuck her raw. But there's also technical truth to that word also. It's not choreographed. I've done this over 10,000 times. I can choreograph it perfectly. But in my experience, if you're too choreographed with it, you can come off too smooth. And when you come off too smooth, it's actually not smooth. So if you've ever had a girl like, oh, you're a charmer, or you're Rico Suave, or, you're so smooth, what she's actually saying is, it's half a compliment, but it's half an insult. Like, you're not actually that smooth because I'm seeing past it. But we can, fuck it.
Fuck it, but they can't hear you.
But if she is seeing how spontaneous and natural's not the right word. I like raw better. Raw. It's spontaneous and it doesn't seem contrived. Even if it is a little bit, everyone's always contrived in their movements and a little bit. But what you're doing here is you're going. It's not a technical punch, right? I'm liking it to fighting. It's a great metaphor. You can misinterpret it if you want. But instead of being you're controlled, right? You can do a technically good punch, or you can do like a wild one that's at an angle that's not it doesn't feel mechanical. It feels like I'm adapting to the situation. I'm adapting to the fact that your head is over here. And so I'm bobbing and weaving, and then I'm picking the perfect spot, and I'm not just doing a technical one too. So in the same way, when you open a girl in a much more raw, like, hi, your hair is pretty, that's not fucking, it's not catcalling, first of all, because I'm not like, hey baby, what's up? There's also a difference there. What I'm doing is I'm putting myself out there in a very natural way. Given the context, here, how about this is a better way to think of it? Given the context of the fact that I'm standing here and she's across the fucking street, what am I gonna do? You know, like, what's up, girl? I'm coming for you. I could, and I could probably pull it off if I was really joyous. Be like, hey, what's up? Wait, you're so pretty, and she'd laugh. Be like, oh my god, this guy's crazy, and that could work. But given the circumstance, and you want to put as little effort as possible while still being creative and putting yourself out there. Hey, your hair is really pretty. That just makes sense. And so she kind of like, thank you, gives me the shy look, right? So when I saw that reaction of her, so not only was I attracted to her, step one, really attracted, and not just, horny because it's a woman with features. Because we'll stick our dick in anything at a certain point. I mean, I'm very picky these days, but for a long time, and if I'm drunk and a girl's like, hey, you want to fuck, like, if she's fuckable, I'm probably going to do it. Just keeping it 100% real. And she gave me an approach invitation, a very extended one, and then I started the conversation. I've established some sort of communication, and she responds well to it. Okay, come on, And so the next thing I did was, I used to make this mistake in the past. I asked for a lot of commitment and investment early on. I said, hey, come talk to us. Now, think about it. She's way over here. I'm way over there. Yeah, she's attracted to me, but that's a lot of effort. Like, come talk to me. I would have had to be more demanding or more, like, confident about it. But even then, even if a girl really likes you, women are the passive receivers of flirting. They will approach and they will be aggressive, but for the most part, they won't, especially if they're shy and very feminine. So she's not going to come and talk to me, even if she really likes me. But I knew she liked me. So I said, hey, come talk to me. She's like, no, okay, and I'm okay. That's fine. It's not that she was rejecting me. She was rejecting the approach. And so they were looking for something. And so me and David started filming again. I wish I would have. I was like, oh, maybe I should do this to do that. But it's okay, right? I'm not the kind of guy who's like, fuck it. It's her loss. Or guys have these weird reactions when it comes to girls rejecting the approach. It's my job as the man to lead it and to properly use the right move at the right time, if you want to think about it mechanically. So I take that responsibility on myself. So I was disappointed, but I'm going to move on, right? I'm going to keep doing the video, but I'm just going through how my mental space is working during this time. Because a lot of guys are like, oh, she didn't come talk to me, we'll fuck her. No, come on. I like her and I wish I would have did it better. But I stopped and I continued back on whatever I'm doing. So I'm on my mission. I guess you guys want to be like poetic about it. But life wanted to hand me a second chance. So they came back and I saw them walk on the street. So we're still filming, and part of me, so I'll go through like the process also of like what goes through my head. So I see them walk past. So I'm like, first of all, did they do that on purpose? They could have went that way and they could have went this way. Now they were looking for a store on a GPS, so it's possible that the GPS was just taking them a certain way. I get it. But all these signs adding up, and then they're coming on the street like that I'm on now, and they're far away now, but they're still like now reachable. I can go approach, and I have a lot of confidence it's going to go well. But right now, and what's it called? The force that it takes to get something started. Inertia, that's what it is. So the inertia is super low, right? Because I'm here and I'm locked in and I'm doing the video. But if you want to get dates and you want to get girls, you're going to have to go and approach. Even me, I'm not fucking magic. Girls just don't appear, right? Can I set my life up in a way or like stand certain places in a way that are going to get girls to revolve around me and that I can pull them into my web? Yes, that's possible. But you're still going to have to go and you're going to have to meet the girls and you're going to have to put yourself out there to get them into your life. You have to bring in girls into the pipeline by approaching. So now that was my mental space. I was in the video, but I saw them. I knew they were going to like me. And so I said, fuck it. You know what? I'm going to go approach them. So I fucking jog, right? And I jog for like 15 seconds. And I say, excuse me. And it's just me and them on the street. So it's kind of like, ooh, this stranger is coming out of nowhere. But remember, we had some established connection and they know I'm not weird and they're attracted to me. So it's safe for me to do it. So I walk up, excuse me, and they turn around. They're like, oh my God, like, you're kind of crazy. And I even joked about it. I was like, we can go through the audio. We can say, hey, girls, you know, I'm crazy. Yeah, I know. Because I realize what the situation looks like, but I'm still doing it. So I have the balls to approach, but I am aware of how strange this probably is. But then we have a conversation and it goes really well. And that's a great day game approach open. And it was a raw open. So let's go through, I just went through a whole scenario of an approach, but let's go through the way that you have what we call a raw approach. The reason why I went into detail is because seeing it is one thing, right? We said we weren't going to do infield and then we do an infield. That's kind of funny. Then I have to teach you why what I'm doing is the right thing. Why does it actually make sense, right? Why does that work in the way it did? So by going into detail of every little thing that happened, then you can recreate it. So the raw open was the most important part there. What I wanted to do was I wanted to be attractive and actually approach, but do it in a way that doesn't feel contrived and make her feel like I'm picking her up, even if it's very obvious I'm picking her up. So I'm not saying hide your intentions, be very direct. Hey, you're really pretty. The obvious communication is there is I'm interested in you sexually and romantically. But I'm doing it in a way that feels like a dance where if I'm far away from you, I need to do the appropriate thing at the appropriate time in the appropriate way that makes you feel like we're in a dance. Can you be awkward about your approach? Sure, and it still goes well. The fact that you're approaching her is attractive in and of itself, but there definitely is room for doing it better or doing it worse. So let's say I have a girl walking past me, right? Let's not use the context of I'm making a video because you're not going to be probably filming while you're approaching. So let's say I'm on my phone. I'll reenact it. So let's say I'm on my phone and I'm texting her or something, right? And for some reason I'm standing here and I see a pretty girl. A raw open would look like I see her, wow, pretty. You know, you give her a few glances, see if some eye contact is made between you guys. So you want to see if there's any signs of interest from her or approach invitations on her part. But if you find your girl really attractive, go do it anyways. So she walks past and you, oh wow, you know, and then you put your phone away or you even have it in your hand, whatever. But that few moments, what we call pre-open, that makes it just feel more natural, and it's gonna make the energy of the approach, if that sounds wacky doodle, I don't know, it's gonna just make it feel better. And then you're like, oh, excuse me, and I would do that. Excuse me. She stops. Look, you are just so pretty. I love your dress. Your ass looks nice. No, don't say that. Damn. Be like, you look just. See the way I would do it. I would. I'm very direct and I'm very appraising, not to objectify women, but that's the right word. And I would be looking at her up and down. I would use my hands. I'm using my face, and then I look at her in the eye and I say, "You look great. You look amazing." That is showing interest in a raw and I hate the word natural, but yeah, raw and natural way. So you must adapt to the situation. Like the girl on the bike, right? Hi, see? Just, I don't know, she's on a bike and she just gives me a look, she smiles, and I'm like, hi. It makes natural sense. It just fits together. The chemicals bond. So that's how I would do a raw open in any different situation. Let's keep going. Let's just try, I'm walking on the street, and then homegirl passes by me right here. What I would do first, again, establish eye contact, see if she's interested, look for any signs of, her playing with her hair. There's a whole list, and I'll give them in a different video. But she walks past me, and we make eye contact, but I don't do the policeman stop where I'm like, hey, what's up? Because you can do the policeman stop. That's one. Let's go over that real quick, and then we'll go into how I would do it if she passes by me. So policeman stop is good for if she comes in front of you. If she, it's the best. It's the most spontaneous, and it's the best. So it's the best place to do this raw, spontaneous open, and it's going to be jarring and a bit intense, but that's also going to make it the most attractive thing, because it is naturally natural. You don't even have to try and fake it natural. It just is, because it's, oh wow, someone's in front of me. So what you can do is say, excuse me, and stop, right? And then the hand up is just like a natural, like, people recognize this hand signal. It just feels like they're gonna see it, and their immediate social intuition training is gonna go, huh, right? So then you have to do it in an attractive way too. Don't be like, stop, girl. I guess you could do that in a weird way, and it would be funny. She'd be like, oh, who's this guy? But for the most part, just like very natural, like, excuse me. And your mannerisms are gonna change how you do it. Maybe you're a very stoic guy and you're like this, or you're like me and you're like, hey, what's up? But you stop, policeman stop. And then you have a pause, because it would be weird if you're like, hey, you're really pretty. It doesn't feel natural. You go, you, gorgeous, look at you, oh my God, what's your name? That would be a raw open with a policeman stop. Or if I'm walking, and then you do I'll come up with some fancy fucking name for it, but like she walks past you, you do like Chase talks about this, you do a heel spin, right? Imagine you're in a movie, and the character walks past, and then a pretty girl walks past, and make eye contact, there's something. What do he do? Wow, she's really pretty. And he would turn around and do one of these, and he'd be like, oh, I gotta go talk to her. Go through the natural thought processes that an normal, sociable, emotional human being would go through. Pretty girl, oh my God. What do I do? What do I do? Oh yeah, I have to go approach. Go and approach. So you walk up. Excuse me, I like to say excuse me before I get next to her, if it's on a not busy, crowded sidewalk, because I don't want her to feel alarmed. I'm already being dominant and cool enough by the fact that I'm approaching her during the day, which is something not a lot of guys do. So the important part of opening during the day is actually comfort. You want her to feel comfortable because the attraction's already there. You just need to make sure she knows you're not going to hurt her, because you are a random stranger talking to her on the street. So I would be like, excuse me, and I would have her stop, and I would leave some space between us, and I would kind of walk to her as I talk, be like, look, I like to do this thing where I look to where I saw her. So I'll say, hey, I saw you over there. And this is really good for two reasons. One, it gets her to comply if she looks at you, so you're kind of leading her already. And it gives her a chance to check you out, because girls want to check you out when you're not looking, because it's too nerve-wracking if you're looking. But if you're looking away, hey, I saw you over here. As you're saying that to her and looking away, she can check you out safely, and she can be like, she can have like a threat assessment, right? She can see like, okay, who is this guy? Is he weird? Does he have any like thing that's standing out that might be dangerous? And you say, hi, I saw you over there. You're really pretty. And then you turn back and you give your compliment. So, excuse me, stop. I saw you over there. Give her a chance to look at you and to look in your, and sometimes you'll see girls, I'll do it, and the girl will be like she's looking for what I'm pointing at, because people will just follow hand signals, right? You're gonna go where the hand's going. It's natural social intuition. So you say, I saw you over there, and when you deliver the compliment, turn and look at her and check her out, and then hit her in the eyes with, not hit her in the eyes, make eye contact when you deliver the compliment. And so saw you over there, and you just look amazing in that dress. Boom. That's a great raw open of her passing by you, and it feels natural. So we got the policeman stop, we have the walking past, and then we can do the run up to the side. So we'll get to that right now. All right, we go at shopping, we found a random cart, but this is all the information that I'm giving you, right? All the education, and we're going shopping. So I'm gonna take you shopping and put some more stuff in your fucking brain, put it back where I found it. It's a crazy metaphor, but it works. So we're gonna fill your brain with fucking good knowledge, like I have been so far. And now we're gonna do the final, like approach style. So we did I just touched it and then touched my mouth. I'm gonna get like every disease possible. So the policeman stop, the one where she walks past you, and then you have the one, the natural, she's walking somewhere and you run up next to her. So we can do this actually using the camera. So leave the camera like right here. So let's say I'm walking up next to her. So have it me not in frame, right? So then I'm gonna, if the camera is her perspective, yeah, what's up? If the camera is her perspective, hello, then she has such an angry look on her face. She's just walking past like, so, yeah, for some reason. So you run up, and she's right here, and you're making eye contact with her. You're probably a little bit closer, right? And you say, excuse me, right? But you're from the side. Now, sometimes you can even tap her elbow, but that's going to be pretty extreme and confident because you're touching a random person you never met. Oh. So you're like, tap. Hey. And you want to... Now, this is where the art comes in. Do you turn this much? Or do you turn this much? Or do you turn full and you're like side to side, but now you're facing her? That's going to come from experience. And you're going to... If she's like, her body language is a little turn away, you want to mirror it. Right? But if she's turning full like body towards you, give her your full attention. So you're gonna adjust to the situations. That's why it's called raw. It's intuitive. It's improvising. You're adapting. Okay. All my little baby hairs are flying now. But that's what's gonna make it natural. Feel natural. So, hey, you can do the point thing again. I saw you back there, and now you're really close to her, so you can see if she looks with you. Okay. So I'll demonstrate it for you in like as close as I can if there's a girl there. Also, I'll try to pretend that David is a pretty girl. Okay, so stay there. Excuse me. Hi.
Hey, go away.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. She runs away. So excuse me. I saw you over there, and that dress. You look absolutely amazing, and I wanted to come say hi. And you're really pretty. I'm Hector. That's how I would do it, right? And you shake her hand, right? And when you shake, quick tip, when you shake her hand, you want to do like this, right? Not like a business, right? You want to do like an old school style, like you would kiss her. You're not going to do that actually, but and it makes her feel feminine. And actually the person on the bottom is in control, technically, physically. So it makes her feel like more submissive. So yeah, that's how I would approach from the side. It's how I do most of the time. Now there's so many details that you can do. Sometimes you can just be like, hey. And then if you have that strength of the way you said hey to get her to, I just saw some kid doing a Naruto run, you know, where they go like this. Because I remember when I was a kid, I would be like, da-na-na-na-na, you know, running super fast. And I don't know if it's like confirmation bias, but I actually do run quicker when I'm like that. I don't know why. But okay, so I'm not teaching shinobi skills, I'm teaching seduction skills. So that's how I would do an open from the side. And so those are the three basic ways to open those raw pussy drapes. Lick the meatloaf, just. Okay, so that's what a raw open is. So I gave you three ways to approach: from the front, she walks past you, or from the side. And there's 1,000 different ways to do it. But the important part of this video is adapt to the context of where you're standing, where she's standing, how are you feeling, how is she feeling. Be artistic with, God, I can make this an hour-long video. Make it artistic with how you actually vocally say it. So in one instance, you say, excuse me, I saw you over there, you're super pretty, I want to say hi. Or if the vibe is a certain way, excuse me, oh my lord, you are fucking gorgeous. That works too, depending on your personality and the emotional vibe she's giving you. So a lot of this is only going to come down to practice, but I hope that this intense detail that I went over in this fucking video is helpful, because I went like crazy in detail here. If there's any more details you want to know, I love this technical stuff. I've been a bit more general with my videos lately, but I love the technicality. When it comes to pickup, a lot of guys get scared of getting really technical because it comes off like you're being manipulative or mechanical. But even if we are being romantic, and even if this is an art, there is still technical points to the art that we're doing, and don't ever forget the technicalities, because a lot of people get advanced with game and they're like, yeah, you don't have to worry about technical stuff, just, you know, feel it out. It doesn't have any, it's useful for you because when you say, oh, just feel it out, you know what that sentence means in terms of like it makes sense to you. But someone who's new to this, they're like, I don't know what that means though. What do you mean feel it out? I don't get it. Like, give me some technical direction. So I wanted to get this, give this video a little bit more of a technical vibe to it and a technical explanation, because that's what's going to actually make you good. The reason I am the way I am now, where I can move naturally, I walk up to her and start fucking dancing, but like I can just flow and I can be very natural with it. It's because I've taken the time to learn every little movement and facial expression and vocal tonality over fucking thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of interactions with people. And so now it looks like it's natural. But that naturalness and that rawness was built up by very raw technicality. Okay, Hector Castillo, Poppy from girlschase.com. That was the video on raw opening girls during the day, because day game is amazing. You meet the highest quality women. The girl at the club who wouldn't even look at you twice, you can fuck her an hour after meeting her on the street, because the whole context is different. She's not dealing with status bullshit. It's just you and her. It's pure game. And these girls, you're never going to meet them in certain circumstances. Maybe she's like a really high profile, gorgeous girl who would never run in the same circles that you run in. She would never be at the same places you're at. But because she's right there and you're right here, and you're an adult human being who has free will and can walk up to someone and put forth his desire and say, look, I find you attractive, even if you're not from the same world I am, basically, you can make that connection during the day, because this is the world. And it's free, and you can do anything you fucking want, within reason, and you have full control here. And that's why day game is so fucking beautiful. It's pure game, and you can meet anyone and seduce anyone, because it's just you and it's her. Okay, follow me on social media. Also in the description, and I'll put it up in the card here, we have a free 7-day mini course to help look for signs of attractions from girls, right? Because I talked about trying to figure out when a girl is attracted to you. This course actually helps you do that. And it gives you the confidence to go out and approach any time, because I can be as technical and detailed as I want, and you can understand it to mechanical perfection. But if you don't put your ass out there and actually walk up to her and move your feet and say, hey, you're really pretty, none of it matters. So you have to go out and actually approach. And that 7-day mini course in the description and in that card a few seconds ago is very helpful for that. Also, I have a college book out. It's called King of College. And we're finally going to be giving it its full solo release. And I'm so excited. I put so much work into this book. 5 years of crazy undergraduate experience in college. It teaches you how to make friends, how to pick up girls anywhere, in the classroom, at the gym, on campus, from mixers, fraternity parties, sorority parties, wherever. It has literally every situation in college. So if you're in college and you want help gaining friends, gaining status, and getting girls, it's going to help. But it also helps you even if you're not in college, because it teaches social circle skills and reputation skills and how to build reputation, how to manage your reputation. And half of it is stories, and they're fucking insane. So even if you're not in college and you don't even like social circle game, you can still buy it for the hilarious stories in there where I embarrass the shit out of myself, and I do a lot of cool things too. And it's a very raw look into someone's journey from the bottom to the top of an environment. And so I hope you can check that out. I'll put it in the card right here. It's also in the description. Please buy it. I would appreciate it very much. It's probably the most important thing I've done in a long time. One of the most important works I've ever written, because it's my raw story, and it's honest, but it's funny, and I'm so proud of it. That's why I'm losing my mind here, but I'm just so happy that people are gonna be reading it. And so yeah, please check it out. Again, this is Hector Castillo, Poppy, girlschase.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. go meet some beautiful girls, and we're gonna keep walking around and hopefully meet some pretty girls. Okay, bye.